Welcome to God's Got This podcast. I'm your host, Dawson Muck. If you're a first-time listener, check out my first episode to hear the story about my injury that changed my life and has put me on this journey of being a quadriplegic. I hope y'all enjoy.
Yeah.
Welcome back for another episode. I got Mason Maddox back. They were on last week, but we realized that we could talk for about 4 hours, so we decided to split it up instead of just having one long 4-hour episode. But we're just gonna have a little table talk. We don't really have anything planned. So I know this last Friday we had a big win. Mad Dog and the Bulldogs put it on Marlowe and the Outlaws.
Marlowe and
The Marlowe Outlaws.
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. The Marlowe Outlaws. Was it the number one game in the state?
Some people said it was, but
I heard that, but I didn't see it anywhere.
I know it was. I know, like in the state, it was 3 or something like that, because it was the number one game on Friday or something. But Guthrie and Carl Albert played on Thursday, and that was the number one.
Oh.
That was a really good game.
It was a good
That was
game?
a 1-2, right?
Yeah, 1 and 3, but I don't know who's number. Class 5A is pretty good.
Do you know who won?
Carl Albert won on like the last drive of the game. They won it last year. But Guthrie's defense hadn't given up, like, I think they gave up 3 points all year before that game.
Yeah.
I think it was like 24-21.
Who cares about 5A? We like that 3A smash mouth football, baby.
Yeah.
Run it up the middle. What was your stats like, Mad Dog? Do you know?
No, I don't.
You don't know your stats?
No.
Are you serious?
I don't. I don't even know if anybody keeps stats.
Really?
No, they definitely keep stats.
They have to.
They have to keep stats, but
No. Yeah, I don't know.
You had a couple touchdowns.
1.
You just had one?
We only scored 2.
yeah,
Oh, that's
true.
right.
They
Yeah,
always score.
it was 14-13, huh?
We would have scored more, but I dropped the punt.
Oh, well. It happens.
Second time it's happened.
Not this year.
You dropped one against Washington.
Last year, Washington.
You muffed another one this year.
No, I didn't. Dude, no, I did not. I dropped one just like that
What's the
one.
rule, though? What did we discuss? What's the rule?
If you have to hesitate, don't do it. Don't.
I actually didn't see it.
I'm not trying to be critical of you, but I've never seen anybody hesitate that bad on a punt and then dive like he's in the outfield trying to catch a fly ball to catch a punt.
I honestly did not see it. I was going up to the hill. I just heard everyone go crazy.
What, the muff punt?
Yeah.
When was
Did
that?
you see it?
No, I kind of jumped on the game probably like halftime.
It was like
Well, a little bit before halftime.
It was right before we scored the last touchdown.
it was like our. It was their, I don't know, their first drive of second half. Because first half we came out bad.
Actually, I did see that.
Yeah.
I did see it.
Then they scored.
Yeah, because I looked away and I noticed like the dropped ball, but I didn't know what had happened.
Yeah.
But I did see like the ending of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never muffed a punt in your life, Mace?
He never caught punts.
Yes, it is.
No, you did your senior year.
Oh,
I never
don't
muffed
even.
one.
Don't even.
I've been like this, like against Washington. I think I remember. It went through my arms and dropped, and I just laid down. Like I never muffed it so bad that the other team got it.
my junior year, Houston broke his hand or something. What did he do? He broke his arm. Hand. It was his hand.
Yeah, when he had the cast.
Yeah, he broke his hand and he was the punt returner, so he was out for like till he got the cast off or whatever. So they put me back at punt returner, and I can't remember if it was my first. I think it was my second game. First game I did fine. Well, they told me to fair catch them all, so I fair caught every single one of them, and then I caught them all. So then the second game they're like, "You got the green light. If you want to run it, run it." I'm like, oh, okay. Paul's Valley at home. I don't know if you remember this, Dom.
I think
They
do.
punted, first punt of the night, and I'm running backwards. I'm like, oh, I'm going to take this from the house. right off the face mask. It hits me right in the face. It hits me right in the face, and they get it on like the 2-yard line going into the end zone. And Pauls Valley was not good when we played them, and it was 0-0. It was the first drive of the game, and I'm like, oh, I'm about to take this one back to the house, and it doesn't even touch my hands. I was just like trying to catch it with my face mask, I guess. It smacked me right in the face. And so then I had to fair catch the rest of them. It was over after that.
It's kind of returning punts pretty hard.
It is hard. I mean, you're looking up. People are dead sprint right at you.
Houston was good at it.
He was.
Yeah.
He was good at like letting it bounce.
Yeah.
And
picking it up.
Then running and catching the bounce
right,
and just.
Cade's punts were hard to like. They're like turned over and they were kind of hard to field.
Yeah.
That was catching Jace's. They'd hang up there for 8 seconds.
Yeah. So you were the punt returner too?
My senior year, I returned punts, and then when Logan, or my junior year, when Logan would be tired or something, I'd go in and fair catch one.
Yeah.
It only happened a few times my junior year, but.
Well, it was a good game.
It was a good game.
Yeah, it should have.
Like.
A lot of mistakes.
Yeah, we had 3 turnovers
To their 0.
They had one, but he just threw it up. And,
That was at the end of the
Yeah.
game.
I like seeing Marlowe get beat. So
Yeah.
seeing the Bulldogs win.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Bulldogs win always.
Marlowe was a big rival when we were in school.
Were they good when y'all were?
They weren't bad.
No.
Were they in y'all's class?
They
Yeah.
were till they weren't our senior year though.
Yeah.
Our senior year they went down to 2A.
It was
No, my freshman year.
senior year we played them. I think.
We did.
We played them my freshman and sophomore year. And then they went down to 2A. We didn't play them my junior
Oh.
or senior year.
Did we get beat by?
Because Coach Dixon gave
My
his normal.
sophomore year,
Yeah.
Coach
right.
Dixon gave his normal spiel about how he was from Dixon.
Yeah.
Or not Dixon.
From Marlowe.
Marlowe.
Yeah. No, but I thought we just played them our junior year.
I remember
Because I remember we played them in the playoffs, first round.
I could have swore like third or fourth game was when we played Marlowe. Our senior
I
year.
don't know, dude.
who all did y'all play in the playoffs? Because y'all got beat by Beggs, but who'd y'all play before then?
We played Prague first. No, Purcell first.
Prague.
Then Prague.
Sperry.
Yeah.
Sperry.
Yeah, that's when Kaiser.
Oh yeah.
That's one of the hardest
That's
hits.
the hardest I've ever
Sperry
seen.
was pretty good.
They were.
They were pretty good. They hit.
They
hard.
had that like quarterback that had a beard.
It was it definitely helped that Trey knocked him goofy on the first.
Yeah.
The first drive of the game,
Y'all
he
beat them,
absolutely.
like 63-7 or something like that, right?
No.
It wasn't that
I
much.
don't know if it
We
was.
didn't score
It
no
was- it was a
63,
butt- it
but
was a
no,
butt
we
kick.
put it on
It
them.
was a butt kicking.
I remember it took us a while to get going,
Yeah.
but once we got, I think it was when Trey hit that quarterback.
No,
when the
Trey
game turned
killed
around.
that dude.
What was y'all's offense good or was it y'all's defense that kept doing?
Offense was good.
Our offense was pretty good.
Really good O-line that year.
Yeah. I mean, we
Aside
well,
from
like
Dom.
we win the what was that? The quarterfinals? Because then we got beat in the semis by Beggs.
We only lost 2 games that year, and it was to
There
the
was
people.
5
It
rounds
was,
that
it
year.
was to the 2 teams
Yeah.
that
John,
were in
did y'all give y'all John Marshall?
We got beat by John
Barely.
Marshall in the regular season.
Yeah.
and we got beat by.
And we
Biggs
ran the I
the-
formation. We didn't even run our. We knew we figured we were going to see them in the playoffs, so we didn't even run our offense. We literally ran
Yeah, we
under
changed.
center
We
I
changed
formation
it because, yeah.
because we didn't. We knew
And we were
just
winning.
Knew we were
I think
gonna
we
see
were winning at halftime, weren't we?
them. Or it was close.
It was close at halftime.
'Cause what we had,
Devontae Lee turned it on in the second half.
Yeah, that dude.
they only scored like 5 touchdowns. He had 4 of them, right?
Was it that many touchdowns?
Devontae.
Because I remember Bradley
Probably.
Vineyard being on Devontae's back. Somebody
What was the score?
I don't remember. I remember.
Was
don't
that
think it
at
was-
home or at John
It was
Marshall?
like
it
a
was at home.
35-28 game.
No, I think you're thinking of. Yeah, it was close. Yeah, 35-28.
The year before that we beat them, right?
No.
That was our sophomore year.
Sophomore year we
That was
beat
when I was a
them.
ball boy still. That's when they had
The-
Tremonda Moore.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
No, junior years when they had went to OU.
Ryan Broyles.
And he-
Justin Broyles.
He
Yeah,
Broyles.
I
Justin
swear
Broyles
he was
had-
still there last year.
He's coaching now,
Oh.
or he's like a sideline coach of
At
some
OU?
sort. Yeah, I seen him on
I
the
didn't know
sidelines.
But
He
that
must help out.
our junior year he had 5 receptions for 5 touchdowns. He was 5 for 5, had 5 tutties.
Was that our junior?
Dude, that's when we went up there.
He went off.
Yeah, they went crazy that game.
Was that Houston returned that opening kickoff? And we thought we were
we're gonna beat the crap out of them. And then next play, Devontae takes one, got 90.
Junior years when we were freaking like falling all over the field, like him dragging us.
Yeah,
I remember that because
we had that momentum from sophomore year. We were like, we got him. Houston takes the opening kickoff back. We're like, we own John Marshall, and then and then Devontae let us know that.
That was when Cam was quarterback. Huh?
Yeah, that was junior year.
Yeah, that game was.
Because y'all sophomore year, y'all beat him what 35-34.
Yeah,
because they threw the Hail Mary and the guy caught it. The guy shoved him out of bounds.
They still think some of them still think he might have got in. I don't think he did.
That's the good thing about high school football. There's no instant replay.
He was like it. It looked like he toe tapped.
It was close.
Yeah,
it was way too close, and they were like way good that year.
They probably would have won it.
Oh, easily.
Yeah, they got beat by.
They had D1 guys all over the field. Like,
who they get?
They're not good anymore at all.
They got beat by us.
No, that's right. In the playoffs, that's when we beat them. No, I was talking about junior year.
They got beat by Jones.
That's right.
Jones was good too.
Y'all were beating Jones going in.
We should have won that game.
Y'all should have won that game. Yeah.
They were freaking
4-4 slot guy.
And they had that tight end. That tight end could catch the ball.
He was huge too.
He was like 6. He was probably 6'6".
Yeah.
Like 250.
Yeah. I remember I would just like hug him and wrap my legs around his.
Yeah, he had a tight end and actually their best receiver wasn't the one that was going off. You remember it was their second. It was their
the little guy.
The slot guy. Yeah.
Their one that went to Iowa State.
Yeah.
I think.
Is he the no? That's the good one. That was the one that Houston locked down.
He actually did.
He don't think he had a pass.
No, he had
the whole game.
He only had like 3 targets, and Houston picked one of them.
Yeah. Houston had him on lockdown.
Yeah, he did. I remember like watching film.
State.
I remember like watching film, and they're like, this tight end D1 guy, he's a big dude, and I never seen him in person, so I'm like watching film, and I'm like, yeah, he's a pretty big guy, and then like we go out on the field, and I'm like looking up at him, like, oh my gosh,
that's how I
this
felt.
Dude's fixing to kill me
against Washington when they had those two.
They have the 2 D1.
Yeah, one's going to Iowa State and one is going wherever he wants. Like,
he's offered by everybody.
Yeah. He has like one of the most offers in state, I think.
Both of them got offers from OU, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd seen something like that.
The number
9. Oh, so they must not be very good.
Yeah, probably not. OU kind of sucks.
Yeah, OSU didn't offer him. So
they're not good if OSU didn't offer him.
Yeah, that's weird. OSU only offers in-state people.
You never hear of OSU having a very good tight end though either.
Yeah, they have don't they use the Cowboy though?
Cowboy back.
Yeah. Cowboy back.
It's just a blocking back, glorified fullback.
Just an athletic offensive lineman.
Yeah.
But Friday night, we've always like Coach Garrett. I'm sure Coach Garrett still does special teams, right?
Yeah.
He puts together the field goal,
the
block unit. That's always been a huge deal. You remember we would spend like big time and like people watching like football.
Yeah.
Field goal block never really happens. And like it's not really that big of a deal watching, but that's how we won.
Against John Marshall,
That year there's a lot of games. Well, Friday, Marlowe, we blocked their first touchdown, their first extra point.
I was standing down on the fence on the opposite side.
We blocked it.
On Thursday, we were supposed to have team dinner, and we were going through our walkthrough on Thursday. Supposed to have team dinner in 10 minutes, and we went overtime or something. Coach Cole gave Coach Garrett 2 minutes, and he's like, "You got 2 minutes," and Coach Garrett put that in, and Coach Cole had a timer in 1 minute and 58 seconds.
I'm pretty sure
that's how we won the.
No, that's what I mean. Little things like that. But they've always harped on.
I think they always do a timer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, if you don't put a timer on
Coach Garrett talks.
Coach Garrett will talk forever.
We'll be there forever. If you don't put a timer on him, he'll have something drawn out where you jump off his back and you do a cartwheel, and it'd be the craziest thing you ever seen.
Should we tell funny stories about football at practice? If he sees this, he's gonna think it's so funny. But you remember when Coach Garrett, when they were doing the linebacker drill? Were you over there?
When he threw up?
Yeah. He had a dip in his mouth. And I don't know what happened, but like either must have like choked on it or something. But he was just standing there and was like, whoop, and just hit him right in the chest.
He was wearing a white shirt.
He did that when we were playing on the side during the game one time. He took off running and you could see him gagging and he swallowed his whole dip.
Dude, Coach Garrett's awesome.
I love Coach Garrett. He is.
One time he wore his shorts backwards and, or inside out, and Coach Gilbert was like, "Hey, your shorts are on backwards or inside out." Yeah, that was so funny. But yeah, he's the best. He really is. Coach Garrett's funny.
Mm-hmm. Didn't y'all used to go to this go have like,
Ray Lewis videos?
What?
Watch Ray Lewis hot videos.
He'd have us over.
The hot tub.
Yeah, he'd have us over in a hot tub and.
Crew had that.
Madden. We got to play Madden. His Madden team's good.
He's
He had like stats.
He's always really good.
Like every player on his team was like 99 overall.
Well, you had that right, left trigger, up button deal where J.J. Watt would just destroy,
Tampa 2 and
destroy
J.J.
your
Watt goes to the
quarterback.
other side.
He also would have, they do the during Halloween they do the
Most feared.
Most
yeah,
year.
and they flip the positions around, and he'd have like an offensive lineman playing running back.
Like they had the fridge. They had Mike Perry, or not Mike Perry. Wait, is that his name? The fridge. That's not his name. Mike Perry's a UFC.
I know him as the fridge.
Yeah,
That's it.
They had him at running back or fullback, and you could run a fullback pop, and he would get 4 or 5 yards of carry.
One thing I like that was so fun. You remember when we walk in and Crew has that ramp
with his bike. Yeah, he used to have us over during football, powerlifting season.
Yeah, he's a good one.
One time, we went over there and I don't remember. Can't remember who it was. I guess it's the same situation with Crew and he ramping that bike. Yeah, that was funny.
Well, like in COVID, we went over there and lifted. I remember me and you got in, we got in fights all the time over there. But remember when Carson Bearden was over there and we pushed him in that tire? He was in the tire.
Oh, the tractor tire?
Yeah.
Yeah, we convinced.
You got inside of it?
He got inside of it, and we just were like pushing it. And he's like, "Oh," and I was like, "When you start feeling sick, like get out." And he starts going, like starting to like make gag noises, and we just keep rolling.
Yeah, we just kept pushing.
And it finally falls over, and then he just doesn't get out of the tire for like 10 minutes. He's just laying there.
I've like seen that on movies and stuff, and I've always wanted to try it.
It's not as fun as you think. Like it messes you would be dizzy for.
Oh yeah, I mean, no shot.
Yeah, me and Maddox, I remember getting in a fight. What were you doing?
I was squatting and you were kicking me in the butt. Coach Garrett wasn't out there. Kicking me in the butt, and Colton still talks about that.
Yeah, I can't remember. I actually got really mad that day, and I started it. It was crazy. And I was kicking him or something when he was squatting.
Why?
I don't know. Me and you were mouthing because I remember being already mad. That's why I was messing with him.
Yeah.
And he said something, and I said something, like usually what happens. And me and him, it's like 2 seconds, and we're fist fighting about one little thing. And I kicked him or something when he was mid squat with like a decent amount of weight, and he fails. He doesn't fail, but he got mad, so he fails. And like how you have the squat bars or whatever.
Yeah.
Just goes up under, lays it, turns around, starts. When the psycho, it was still psycho Max.
Yeah. The Bobby Boucher.
Yeah. Starts doing the screech. It comes at me swinging, and there's a wood privacy fence of Coach Garrett's neighbor. Right behind where you lived. There. And Maddox we roll, we go into the fence, and I remember just taking Maddox and just grabbing his sweatshirt and just slamming him up against the wall. And then finally he kind of was tired of it, but there was a bunch of people out there that day that just didn't do anything about it. They just watched.
Dom, you missed it, like fights when they were young.
Well, I remember
it was like to the death. Like they were trying to kill each other.
I know, like we talked about on the last episode when they would baseball games and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I've seen a couple of those when they were like younger.
Well, it was funny to watch them fight other people.
Yeah.
But it was hilarious to watch them fight
Watch
each
them
other.
fight each other.
because
Yeah, I don't
it
think
was
I've ever
like-
watched y'all fight each other.
They would like if you would just like could go in their minds when they went at each other. It was like I'm gonna kill him.
yeah.
They were legit trying to kill each other.
Dude, he's literally like been like. We have a knife collection at my dad's.
No.
We have a knife collection, and we were fighting in the den. You remember Dawson's old house?
Yeah.
The one he used to live in up there, my dad
Yeah.
lived in? The den, Dad, like, we had the pool table down there and stuff, and it had to have been over pool, or we played Madden on the Wii all the time. Something happened, and Maddox runs in the room and comes back, and, like, we have this knife that's in, like, a wood scabbard, and he pulls it out, and he's sitting at the top, like crazy eyed, like, about to come stab me.
What did your dad do?
Dad, a lot of times Dad would be asleep. Like, we keep it quiet. Like, my sister has videos.
Fight with no noise.
My sister sent us videos just the other day of. It said the captions. It was a Snapchat video. It said when Dad's asleep, but you're fighting or something, and we're not saying a word, but we're whispering like insulting.
Oh, yeah, we were-
And Maddox said like, "Be prepared to die." And Dad, like was telling me that he bit me, then kneed me right in the nose.
That's funny.
Oh, that's good stuff.
Well, you remember when you were at my dad's house when we were in the den playing. You had my sister down and we're doing the Indian torture.
Yeah.
And Dad came off to the
Yeah,
stairs.
he
and
speared
tackled
me.
you. Yeah,
He spared me
Thank
from
you.
the kitchen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll never. Yeah, I remember that one.
He's
I had
like,
McKellar.
he's
Have
like,
you heard
I've
that
never
one?
did- no, I've not heard that one.
So, like I give McKellar a hard time still, but it's not even. I would like bullied her.
Yeah.
It was really bad actually. Like,
She deserved it. She still
no,
deserves it.
no, it was like too far. But I had her down one day, and I had my knees like on her shoulders,
Yeah.
so I had her arms pinned down, and I guess like her biceps.
Yeah.
So I had her arms pinned down,
yeah.
and you know how like the kitchen's like one step up. It's
Yeah.
like one step down to Mimi's. Well, I'm like
Right.
right in the middle of the living room, and I've got her arms pinned with my knees, and I'm just doing the what is it,
Like
Indian
this?
torture?
Indian
Is that what it's
torture.
You just
And I'm
Do it
just
right in the middle of the
poking
shit.
her, like going at her, and she's like, "Quit!" You know, she's like, "Well, I didn't even know Chad was there." All of a sudden, like next thing I know is like I'm on my back. Chad's on top of me, and he's like, "You like it? You like it?" He's just giving it to me, and I'm like, "Quit!" Dude, he like jumped from the kitchen,
yeah.
just speared me right off of her, and before I knew it, he was Indian torturing me.
That's funny.
Well, do you remember when he bought us boxing gloves? Our big President Christmas.
Oh,
was boxing
the
gloves.
big
for me and
inflatable ones?
Yeah.
Maddox. Yeah, those two. That was at Mimi's because Donald ended up having to cut those, like pop them because we were getting too mad. Right?
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
it
that was
lasted
like a
20
free for all.
minutes.
Yeah.
That was like 6 of us just in a big
Well,
mosh pit.
I think you got Mad Dog good once, and he just shed the glove and went fish.
Yeah, I think I remember that one.
That happens with you remember that one Christmas he got us boxing gloves because you know how like Dad
Like
The
Actual
the
ones?
black yeah.
the black like 16 like the biggest like 16-ounce gloves or whatever.
Yeah.
And he got us those, and like Dad was like, "All right, like, do it if you're gonna fight." Like we were rolled up, actually fighting each other, and he was like, "Stop." Like Dad, like he never got mad. He'd be like, "Put on the gloves, you're gonna do it." Like, we'd be like, all right. So he'd make us get on our knees where we couldn't really just cut each other up. It always ended up Maddox would get mad, and he'd like be throwing haymakers, and I never usually got mad. Like I'd just be laughing, and I'd just jab him like when he'd drop his hand and stuff. And it always ended up Maddox getting on his feet and like hit me in the back of the head or something. And Dad would just be sitting there, and then if Maddox got up, he'd just go grab Maddox and sit him down or
It was all fair game till he stood up.
yeah.
We used those boxing gloves the other day in the backyard. A few of my friends got into it.
Oh, I had a little boxing match.
Yeah, it was like a MMA match but it was right before a football game, before a Pleasant Valley game, so
Yeah.
we had to stay a little safe with
Yeah.
the big boxing
Why
gloves.
is it that like I feel like that's like a Sulphur tradition?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, you got-
what you got?
you got a big-
My friends use those gloves.
You got a
You
big
got,
district game tonight? Let's box. let's get active in Houston shop.
I know, like our freshman, sophomore year or something like that. Might have been our junior year. We got in trouble at the school
Yeah, that was junior year.
junior year.
Did y'all
Fight club.
circle have a fight club?
We had
Yeah,
a fight club.
behind
the
We had
baseball
behind the
field.
baseball field.
Behind the baseball field, and didn't someone get KO'd or no?
Yeah, somebody got knocked out. I don't remember who it was.
Because they like the parent had to come get them.
Yeah.
Like they may be dead. We don't really know. So we got to call someone, and then I just remember I remember we go to practice.
Coach Dixon was heated.
Coach Dixon walks up, and he's like, "Well, boys, step up if you're a part of fight night." It's like,
Yeah, little he
Yeah.
knows, right? The whole football team.
yeah, and then it was like all of us just like take a step forward, and he's like, "Rest y'all." No, this was after practice. Rest y'all get to the locker room. Yo, boy, yo, you want to fight? Take it off school campus. Don't do it behind the baseball field.
Yeah, he said take it to Nebo.
Yeah.
Give him a knee and a bow. He said take it to Nebo and give him a knee and a bow.
Okay, do y'all remember one of his sayings that was, "It's dirty"?
This is good. We can get on Coach Dixon's case. I love
It's
these.
dirty, but Coach Dixon didn't get the sense of humor of like
Oh, I
high
know.
school
what
The
you're
anal
gonna say.
cavity?
He'd say, so like if somebody missed practice or something, like his speech, it was a daily speech, like be a leader, like somebody's not here, eat out their anal cavity. And
Get that anal cavity.
yeah,
Yeah.
I remember Coach Barrett, my senior year was his first year here. And we had we'd have senior film night Wednesday, and we'd watch a movie, like we watched Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
And so one night, like, we forgot the DVD player. And so we were like, we're just going to sit, like, we were just sitting around talking about the game and talking about just funny stuff. And Coach Barrett's like, dude, Coach Dixon's sayings are the funniest thing I've ever heard. And I said, dude, you hadn't even heard the best one yet.
Oh, he
like,
hadn't whipped it out yet?
He
He
hadn't
hadn't used it?
whipped that one out yet. This was like
Oh,
the first or
gosh.
second week. This might have been, it's probably, I think it was either Tuttle or Washington week because I remember being really hot. And we're sitting in there after practice because we'd go home and shower, or we'd shower at the field house and just come out and Coach Barrett go get us pizza or something. And I'm like, dude, you haven't even heard. He was like, talking about what one he said at practice that day, and he thought it was hilarious. And I was like, dude, you haven't even heard the best one. And I told him what it was. Like, he said, if somebody's not here, he'd say, eat their butt out. Or something like that. Like, not saying actually, eat their butt out.
Right, no, that's.
Yeah. And
He means get after him. Like
he meant get after him, yeah. And I told Coach Barrett, and he laughed for legit 20 minutes and did not say a word. And then, like, no, it didn't feel like either the next day or the day after. He's talking. Coach Dixon's like talking. He didn't get Coach Dixon political because he didn't agree with nothing.
No.
There was nothing like. And he says it. He says the saying at the after practice talk, like before we go in the locker room. And Coach Barrett is literally like might have been on one knee laughing so hard. Like
Had him hunched over.
Yeah.
That's one you got to be prepared for.
That one,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's
because
like, what?
because
That's a head
when
turner,
you're
like, what did
when
you
you're a
say?
freshman
Yes,
and you
I
hear
remember,
and you
yeah.
hear it, and I remember
I
when
remember
I remember when he said
being a
for the first time, I just was like,
I remember,
like when you're trying to hold it in, but you're like
Because
looking
you
around.
don't laugh.
No,
I
yeah.
mean, because he's
No.
serious. Like
Yeah.
he wants you to get after your teammate.
If you
so you
laugh-
don't laugh.
Yeah, if you laugh, you were getting.
I just remember like the upperclassmen, like the only thing they warn you about, hey, Coach Dixon says eat their butt out a lot. So
Yeah.
and normally when he's saying it, he's like getting on you, so
Yeah.
don't laugh.
No,
And it's still like it still doesn't amount to the first time you hear
he's
their
the
muscles eat
That's-
their butt out.
he's one of the only people I knew that called me Dominique.
Did you really?
Oh yeah, like when he called me that, like you knew you're in trouble. Because
Yeah.
if it wasn't muscles, it was Dominique.
he only said my first name 3 times, and it was like 3 times I ever got
During
ripped.
film.
Big time, legit ripped.
Film, he would be like, Dominique, what are you doing?
That
I
is
don't
true.
know.
He did say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then
Say my full name.
he actually, that's the worst. It's like,
Well, I don't forget.
well, you're watching film, like you already know. Yep,
Yeah,
this
they're-
play I'm gonna get.
Oh, before you,
And
like when the
you've
game,
already got it.
You're thinking
during the
whole
game,
weekend.
you'll do something dumb, and you're like, oh, dang it.
Yeah.
Like,
This
I gotta answer to this.
But he had a way of making it even worse because it's like, okay, play 57.
He didn't want
I
to
did this. I missed this read, and then as soon as it's played, coach, play that back.
You're like hoping somebody else did something worse.
Yeah, and it's just like
Everybody's
right there.
hearts drop.
Yeah, everyone's watching. It's like, and you're sitting there like it's me, but you don't want to. I mean, you don't. Coach, play that again. Rewind it, and you watch it like 5 times, and then he stands up.
Or he'll just do the slow, just turn and
Yeah.
look at you and not say anything. Be like,
Or wheel around his
"What
chair.
the hell you do?"
he have his little office chair, and he'd roll around.
Thing was
Lean
8
back.
years old.
Yeah, the thing leaned back. It looked like it's gonna fall backwards. Lean back at you.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was a good time. That was good. I mean, it was terrible. I remember like from Friday to Sunday, we watched on Sunday,
We did film on Sunday.
and so it was like all Saturday you're just like stressing like Coach
Like you
Dixon's
go watch
fixing to
film 2 or
get
3
after
times,
me.
you're like, okay, maybe somebody else did something worse. But I'm not gonna.
Well, that's what you hoped. You hoped
Yeah,
that there
you-
was multiple people, and he only noticed one.
Oh, that's good
I'll
stuff.
never forget Farrell's first game his senior year. the butt you and that boy got.
Dude, it was just like a roast session all the whole film.
Was that was that when y'all played?
That was
Purcell.
Purcell first
We
game.
played like doo doo.
Crap.
Oh, we
Just wake up.
we should have
Whoa.
lost the game.
We said the number that turned on the flashlight.
There you
Well, it was 6-0 at halftime, and they were like, we were way better than they were.
Yeah.
go. Yeah.
But Farrell did not have a good game or a good time in film.
I didn't even get to start that game because I got hurt.
Yeah.
Like the first week of practice, I had a big old puffy ankle.
Really?
Couldn't even walk on it.
It was
hurt.
like,
I don't remember what I did. I did some. Oh, it was during practice, and one of the freshmen fell over, and I stepped
Yeah.
on their ankle, and freaking my ankle hurt so.
yeah,
Oh,
that,
it rolled. It was bad. Like when I'd walk on, I could feel it like pop.
that game again was Houston took the first
Oh
kickoff.
yeah, he did.
He
He
took
scored.
it to the house.
And then y'all didn't score the
No,
first
we took it to the house. It was 8-0 because then we had that crazy, the funky 2-point deal
2 point. I
that
remember
lasted
The
like 2
Ninja,
weeks.
was it called Ninja? Or something
Yeah,
like that?
and it was literally like,
Spider-Man? Was it that?
Spider-Man's a 2-point version.
Yeah.
well, whatever
I
it
don't
was called,
remember
it
what
was
it
literally
was.
just a circus, and
Yeah, it was
we
wild.
scored. I ran it in for 2,
Yeah.
so it was 8-0, and we're like, we're about to kill them.
Yeah. Didn't score
And
the rest of the game.
no,
Or the rest
and then
of the half.
we implemented that offense, the 3-back.
Yeah.
A little bit, but we didn't run it, and then after halftime it was like, let's try it out, and then it was game over after that.
Yeah, and
What-
I played a
what-
little bit of the
yeah.
game. That was one game that I didn't really play a whole lot. Like I come in every now and then played, but my ankle was killing me.
Well, because I remember being a ball boy when I was younger, and you'd always come over, do the good old,
The old
you
shoulder.
You could do the shoulder, just slide back in.
Yeah, that happened a lot. I think it happened every game besides second round playoffs. I always remember that because after the game I was like, dude, my shoulder didn't come out.
But Justice, he don't want to line up against you though. He don't want Dominique head on.
The new
The
kid that
lineman.
plays
Yeah.
Jigo,
Yeah,
dude.
he's,
Yeah,
Hey, he's a big guy.
he's good.
but he ain't got nothing on you, dude.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. He said that to him in Brahms the other day.
I did. Yeah, I met him.
I've
you
never
him.
never met him before. So
And we were talking about Friday or something, and he's always just like pumped up.
Yeah.
It was like Tuesday, and he's like, "I'm ready to play today." You know, I'm like, I know you are good. Down, boy. You know, it's like, and Dom was just sitting there, and I was like, Justice, you don't want none of this guy. He's like, what? And I was like, best lineman I ever seen. Right here, Dom. You don't want to meet him in the hole.
yeah. I like playing lineman. It was kind of fun. I only played for 1 year, but it was fun.
Justice, he after the game, he went to his knees. Did you see him about breakdown, crying or something? He was.
Oh, he was excited?
Yeah, he was like.
Yeah.
Does he get that excited?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because him and
He's passionate, dude. I
Yeah.
love watching it.
Yeah.
that whole D line last Friday That look, the
Mhm.
Bear Webb at nose guard, dude, he is good. Him and Justice and Coy
Yeah.
up there, and then Caden Cole is big enough he can legit probably take on a triple team.
It's huge.
Free up all those fast guys, like it's crazy. Like
I don't know where the crap they got their size either.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him
They're-
since he was like
they're-
little, and I see him at the OSU
Caden's
game.
never been a 6'3".
That's what I'm saying.
Caden's
Coach,
like 6'5".
Really?
Yes.
Dang, I ain't stood
He's
next to him.
huge.
and Coach Cole and
I
Mr.
looked
Cole
at him,
are
I was
like
like, what the?
5'6", 5'7", 5'8". Like, they're tiny. Their boys like just tower over them.
Yeah, yeah. I seen him at that OSU game.
Yeah, it's huge.
I hadn't seen him probably since I was in high school. So, because like when I got out of high school, I work a lot. So, when I seen him, I was like, "Good Lord!" I was like, "What do they feed this
Massive.
kid?"
Then we got another one. The kid from Roth,
Yeah,
Gideon.
he's
He's
6'5",
taller
ain't
than Caden.
Oh, really?
Dude,
Or if he's not
there's a
taller.
guy. There's a kid that just like I guess he's been living under a rock until this year. From Roth, he went to school at Roth, and he's 6'5". What is he? 6'5".
Mixed kid.
Yeah.
He's like two.
He's huge. Never played football before, and it's like
He's-
what
he's-
week is this?
His grandpa played for the Broncos.
Oh god.
Oh,
And
line.
he didn't go to a
And he
football
went to
school.
Roth.
He went to Roth. Moves over here and like, oh,
He's already,
will
like-
you teach me to football. And just, now he's starting. Like,
Yeah, he's good.
Hey, he's starting to figure. He's
figuring
a man
out.
eater is what he is.
What? How old is he?
He's a junior. He's not very much older than me. I don't like.
He's a junior though.
Yeah, he's a junior, but he's not very much older than me.
So, I have a question. Like, I watched like one of y'all's first games, and then I hadn't watched very many of them. Every now and then I like see them, but most of the time I'm at work.
True fan.
But
Yeah.
I'm at work. It's hard to watch. The reason I got to watch this last Friday is because I'm at home right now.
Yeah.
So, but anyways, do you think y'all have gradually gotten better? Since,
We've gotten way better,
Way better.
since
World's better.
yeah, since Davis game.
Because I watched the Davis game,
yeah, those
or bits and pieces of the Davis game, and it wasn't pretty.
no, it wasn't.
So, but when I watched the other night, y'all looked a lot better. I think there was just some mistakes, but y'all did
Yeah.
look a lot better from
No.
the Davis game.
That Davis game was. I don't know if we could ever play that bad ever.
That was pretty bad.
It was bad.
Dude, did I take? So, Coach, I about threw up or something. I don't know what that was. Coach Garrett Crew is a fourth grader now.
Yeah.
Yeah, fourth grade. So,
That's crazy.
I know.
Dude, he's crazy smart too.
Yes.
Crew is insanely intelligent.
But I was at the Little League game and Coach Garrett come up after. It was like a week or two after the Davis game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the stats he was giving me, but it was like we had like 200 yards of offense in the first half,
And they had 20.
and Davis
22.
had 22 yards in the first half, and it was 7-0.
7-0.
Gosh.
Like,
We had
it
3
was
turnovers.
just, that was a fluke deal, dude.
Yeah.
That's a small town. That's a rivalry.
Yeah.
You know,
I
it's
love,
like-
I love watching the Salford Davis games. They're always so good.
They've gotten way better though.
Yeah.
Way
yeah,
better.
That's good.
My senior year is a pretty fun game. Because my freshman year, Kaiser they weren't very good. I mean, they were pretty good for their district in 2A and stuff, but we were really good my freshman year. And Kaiser had 15 carries for dang near 500 yards.
Yeah, he set
That's
the.
Kaiser like every game. But I remember that. Yeah.
We set some record,
What
right?
What year
Yeah,
was
like
that?
300.
He has the school rushing record. Yeah.
Yeah,
What year was that?
That was
the year after we
what was
graduated,
it?
Year after we graduated.
2019.
18.
That was
Well, it would have been the
that was
2018 season.
18,
but yeah,
19.
that was the
Yeah.
2019 school year.
Yeah.
And then sophomore year they were.
That was when they went to state. That was your brother's.
Yeah, my brother.
Because your brother wore my helmet the whole second half of the Kingfisher semifinals. His helmet broke because I remember I had like 10 people.
Oh, I remember.
'Cause I remember my dad walking up to me and shaking my hand after the game, and be like, "Man, that helmet played good tonight."
He got some good minutes in that helmet.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I remember Chris just running over to me and be like, "What size helmet you have?" And I was like, "Medium." He's like, "Give it to me." And I was like, "What? I'm gonna have to sit over here on the sideline without a helmet, all 86 pounds of me."
Dude, yeah.
Mine broke our junior year at Plainview.
Were you a freshman when we were seniors?
I'll say it's pretty.
No, 8th grade. I was.
Well,
I
you showed up
wish.
to some of our practices, didn't you?
I wish he
No,
was a
he
freshman.
used to. Like sometimes, like if there was like my parents were like going to watch my sister,
Yeah.
like they'd be like, "Hey, walk over to practice and have Dawson take you home or something."
I remember
And then
because
Dawson
he would
wouldn't
talk so
bring me
much
home till
crap
like
while
8
we
o'clock
were.
at night.
He talked so much crap while we were in practice.
Yeah, it was like he was like
Sometimes
he was like 5'2" and 60 pounds.
Yeah, he
he was
kept
like, "Dog, you can't block worth the crap.
Yeah,
Dog, you suck."
he kept saying that we were lucky he wasn't going to be a freshman.
Oh, I know. I was hoping he would be a freshman.
There's a bunch of y'all that I wish
Drake
were
Lemon,
a
Drake
freshman
Lemon
when we were.
really like. That was the only guy, like, after I saw him hit a freshman with a chair.
Yeah, I was about to ask about that.
When I saw him hit a freshman with a chair the second day of practice, because I can't remember why I was there. Me and Dalton might have came. I was helping out on the farm. Me and
You were
Dalton might have
always
came
there.
along.
I
Yeah,
felt like
you were always around.
And I remember seeing Drake squat down behind the pole vault pit, and the freshman, I can't remember who it was. Was it J.D. Ford? I
Yes.
think
Yeah,
it was Ford. It was
Dude, they
Ford.
were
I
always
remember
messing
this
with
And
Ford.
Drake Rogala, the legend Rogala, would sit in not a lawn chair, the old foldable
Yeah, the metal
metal
chair.
chair.
Yeah.
He always sat on
And
those.
it sat by the pole vault pit because he could sit in the shade of the tent, but like they had the cover for the mat or whatever. And Drake runs out there early, and I remember sitting there in the truck. I might have been sitting in the stands. I'm telling you, I was always there. And Drake gets the chair, and like WWE style, this kid's running behind him. Drake just hits him, and then stands over him, and he says some not very nice stuff.
Well, the whole reason was
He made y'all run extra.
first day of practice. This was day 2.
Yeah.
First day,
right? Yeah.
Coach Thomas, his deal was you finish the drill. Or if you
All the way
don't,
through the line.
if you don't finish all the way through the line, you do one up
After
down.
After running, that was always brutal.
Yes, and JD racked up like 40.
Yeah.
Legit, like he like
He
racked
did.
up so many.
Dude,
And-
that freshman class, when
Oh,
they
we
were
were like-
freshmen,
We were like, run, like
Yeah.
finish. And he's like, I'm gonna do what I want. He had that. So
Yeah.
Drake let him taste the chair and then told him, I think you might want to run now. And he was like, okay, yeah, you're right.
That basically sums up what Drake said.
Yeah.
that freshman class, and it's probably that way with every freshman, but at first they were soft. And then
Yeah.
they ended up being pretty good though, because that was like a Tret,
Yeah, it was TJ. and
TJ, Tret, and
all.
them. They ended up being really good.
Because I remember my freshman year, like the being soft. I remember thinking like, "Oh yeah, this practice ain't gonna be hard." Like I got heat sickness and like passed out like 15 minutes of my first practice ever.
Yeah, it's
Because Dawdle was on the hill, and I remember Dawdle like scared him because I like went white in the face and passed out. And that's like, I was like, oh crap, this is going to be a long year. And then like first day of blue team, they put me in at running back. And Kaiser and Mason Lance and all, they were just like, because I was always talking crap and never thought they'd get a shot at me or nothing. And like first day, I think I was blind up and I flipped Kaiser off or something, like messing around. And he's like, all right. And then we run toss left and toss right. And I remember like running that, and I was slow as a freshman. I was tiny and I was slow. And I stick my foot in plant, right? And I plant, Kaiser hits me. And I start seeing my feet go up in the air. And I was like, all right, I'm done talking crap.
We
for a
did
while.
that.
they probably told coaches, hey, put Mace at running back.
Oh,
Yeah.
100%.
Let him run the ball because I want to decleat him.
It was always funny when, like if in practice, if one of the coaches were mad at you about something, like they would get mad at me and they'd be like, next play, you better kill him. I remember Coach Cole got so mad at me about something.
Yeah.
It was Cord. Cord always went.
Stanford?
Yeah.
He went try hard and
He was
on blue team.
Oh.
Yes,
Yeah, that's how we
always.
have like a few kids
We
that.
had a few.
He would go like 130%.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
But
I would just be chilling there, and
Yeah.
like obviously somehow he just did whatever, and it's Cord or whatever. But
It's not them trying
You
to make
gotta
you look
respect
bad.
it, though.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
do.
They
have
make
no
you
choice
better.
but to
yeah,
respect it.
They make
and
you better.
Coach Cole
But sometimes you're like,
You're like,
Dude,
dude, it's
come on.
100,
Yeah.
15 degrees.
Yeah.
out there. We're not trying
It's
to run
120.
full sprint.
I was ready to go get some water.
yeah, like we've ran power right 27 times, dude. Just chill out a little bit.
And so I remember Coach Cole got so mad and got in my ear. It was like, he better not come over here again. And so, like, next play, I was already upset because I got in trouble, so I freaking
Well, I remember
smacked him.
I remember going back to Coach Garrett, if a young classman made him mad, like with like my senior with Braden and all them, real physical, like Cole and them, like that would try to hurt you.
Decleat.
Like I remember, Ben McGill, right?
Yeah.
You remember him, and this was so unintentional. I promise. Me and Ben have talked about it. It's cool now. Like it was so unintentional. But something happened in the linebackers, and somebody had made Coach Garrett mad, so he put all the guys back in. We were going Davis week, so they were running triple option out of the flex bone. And so as a safety, you run your alley to the pitch man. You don't have any quarterback responsibility. And Coach Garrett would, no helmet on, he'd duck it up, and like against Braden, then like he'd duck his shoulder and kind of give him a little bit, you know.
Was he quarterback?
He was
clapping.
He was clapping and audible and
Now,
stuff.
sit.
And he'd go, ready to go, and then clap, and they'd snap it, and he starts running triple option, and Ben is running around, and I swear I did not hit with my head or nothing. He times it where right when I get there, he's going to pitch it. So I see him pitch it, and I'm like, if you can get a pick in practice or something like that, like Coach Dixon loved that. So I'm like, I'm gonna get the snap, and I'm gonna take it the other. Like I'm gonna get the pitch, and take it the other way. And so he pitches it, and just kind of leaves Ben out to dry. Like I kind of felt bad. And I go for it, and Ben had jumped back, and I just decleat him, and he had road rash because he had crashed a four-wheeler.
Oh.
And his thing just opened up, and he's dripping blood everywhere, and gets up and was like mad at me, and I'm like, dude, I swear I did not mean to do that.
Our blue team goes try all of them. That's probably why we're so like.
That's why you got them better.
Yeah.
I do respect the blue team.
Yeah.
They make you better. It's just sometimes you're like, let me get a break.
Yes.
We've been doing this. And they're a little more like.
Worse is like the Monday after the game.
Yeah.
Like, and
They're a little more.
You're like all beat up.
They're a little more diverse in their play calling now. Like, we legit would practice like power right and power left for 3 hours
All
a
y'all's
day.
lineman knew was power and zone block.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's a pass play.
Yeah.
How do we?
It is a
how do we
Yeah,
pass
every
block?
once in a while.
I liked fast plays.
Yeah, it was like a play
It was like a break.
With Coach Garrett, did Coach Garrett play quarterback on blue team, or was it Coach Thomas for y'all?
No, it was Coach Garrett.
Coach Garrett, you know how he's got
Coach Thomas
that big wind up before he throws it.
He throws it sidearm.
Yeah,
Submarine.
He'd wind it up right here and then drop his arm and throw it like submarine. And
As hard as he could. I don't know how his shoulder's not
Yes.
out
He
of
throws
socket.
darts.
Yes.
Dude,
And
yes,
he
always.
would audible pass routes, and like we'd play somebody like Davis, who was like us, is pretty old school. We didn't change much, like didn't change routes, nothing. Like we'd run the same stuff and just hope our linemen, like we're just gonna gas you, you know.
Yeah.
And we'd play somebody like Medill or somebody when they'd still run a little flex bone or Paul's Valley, and they'd really like the only pass play they had was a post over the top or a Levy pass. And Coach Garrett would audible to like a zig with a slant stop with a post flag, and you're like, and they like somebody catch you every once in a while or torch you, and you're just like, they're
Y'all
not
don't
gonna run this. Like well, I'm getting ripped right now.
Yeah, and they also don't
don't
have a quarterback that can throw it 55 yards down the field
Yeah,
from
Sometimes
a sidearm. Just
Yeah.
launch it.
Sometimes I'd ask Coach Garrett, can I play running back on blue team? And so I get in there and we can just
Dude, one of my
run
favorite. I was just like thinking like Coach Dixon. One of my favorite Coach Dixon sayings was, "That look as good as Mary Alice mashed potatoes." You'd run a good play, boy. That look good as Mary Alice mashed potatoes.
Earlier I forgot to say it, but
The otter. Or is
No.
that- that's the otter story.
The otter story is very funny. We were like one of the first people he ever told because I was a defensive end, and so he told us first, and we had to go tell everybody. So then he told the whole entire team after that. But I'll tell the otter story in a second. But the other saying I meant to say earlier, during off season when he would ask us to clean our lockers up, he's like, boys, them lockers better be cleaner than a ruby in a goat's butt.
Yeah.
I always thought that one was so funny.
Okay, so I still don't get this. Hopefully one of y'all can help me out. But my freshman year, we went and played Bethel at Bethel, and it was like sleeting sideways. Might have been 5 people in the whole stadium, and it was a big district game. And both teams might have had 8 turnovers because you couldn't throw the ball and you could only kick it one way.
Yeah.
You couldn't hold on to the ball because there was puddles standing out in the middle of the field like that. And at halftime, it's like 21-14, and Bethel was all right, but we were way better. And so we're like, all right, we're about to blow it open. Like, we're about to blow it open and all this. And end of the game, we win on a drive, like last 2 minutes, win 42-35. And that next Sunday, Coach Dixon is irate. We look like freaking Ned in the first reader. And he said it all that week. We better not, every day. I still don't get it. Like, I don't get it.
I don't either, but he said that a lot.
Yeah, he
Yes.
has said that.
Yeah, and he told
I
me-
never understood it.
I didn't either.
I mean, there's a lot of things that he said that I was just like,
He said one of my senior year, we played good defense against somebody. And he goes, boys, last Friday. This is at film. He said, our defense was tougher than Chinese arithmetic.
yeah,
He
he
cracked a
always
smile or
said that.
nothing.
No, he never
Everybody's
does.
just like dying laughing, like never heard it before.
This was when he would be like serious, like giving a serious speech, and he'd be like, "Now," he'd say, "Now here's the deal, though," and I did say "deal, though."
Yeah, he said that like a few times last year. I remember that.
And you just, like you can't laugh because you're like going over like you're about to play,
Hey,
so it's like serious as all get out, and he's like, "And I did say deal, though,"
Yeah.
and you're like,
Hey, and I
"Okay."
swear he used to do stuff like that so people would laugh, so he could make them run bleachers.
Yeah.
Do you think he like practiced some of these things?
No, I think
Like, I mean, like obviously, what later in his life he probably wasn't practicing it.
True.
But
Like, at the
back
beginning, I
at the
never-
beginning,
yeah.
like, do you think he was just like
had to.
heard it from someone or practiced it and then like
No,
it just
there-
become his daily?
I think it was that generation of
There's
guys,
no
too.
way that people said the
some
same
of these things.
I mean,
I did
like,
say I forgot about that one. That one always like I always had to like put my head down.
Yeah, I remember that one.
I could laugh at anything he said, so I always had to like make sure my face was
The
hidden. when he
funniest is
said
when
stuff.
he'd get after the guys who were just rough, tough guys and not disrespecting nobody, but just weren't the smartest when it came to common sense.
Oh
Good
yeah, he would
football
let him
players,
know.
But that didn't have
Bradley?
a whole lot going on the outside world, common sense and stuff like that. There's this. I'm not gonna name drop, but you'll probably know who I'm talking about. I had my senior year. We had a bunch of rough, tough guys who were good football players, but didn't give two craps about anything but football. And you'd hear Coach Dixon, the defensive ends, yelling at this one every single day. And if he called you meathead, that was like somebody calling you a really bad name.
yeah.
And most of the times he'd call you meathead and get in their face, and they thought it was hilarious. Just 'cause
He spit on
they've been welding and working on the farm since they were 4 years old.
you.
And he gets in this one face and grabs his face mask. It's like, "Are you listening to me, meathead?" And the kid goes, "No, not really." Just went right back to the drill, and Coach Dixon just goes, you know, when he'd walk off, he'd be shaking his head. And he'd go,
Yeah.
Sometimes you just had to be honest with him.
Yeah.
Because there was no.
I'm telling
Yeah,
you,
I wasn't listening. I
he
don't
would
know.
rather you say, "No, I'm not listening to you," than say,
Then
"I'm
I
listening to you," and then go do it wrong.
Yeah. Yeah, he.
Who was it? Our freshman year that I think yeah, we were definitely freshmen.
Was that when Bradley called him Jimmy?
Whoa, God.
No, but who? It was someone that was super intense, and he called him like he was like. Coach Dixon's on the sideline getting after him. Muscle, you gotta be, and he's just on him. He's like, "What? What?" And he yelled back at him.
I know. Steven. Was it Steven?
I don't remember who it was, but he turns and like gets in Coach Dixon's face.
Was it not
He's like,
Steve?
"What do you want?" And Coach Dixon's like, "You
It-
gotta do better."
That was
and he just walks off like he was like,
Wasn't
"No,
that in
it
the
was
game?
bad. It was bad.
Bab, that's right.
Yes,
I was
it was-
getting them mixed
It
up.
was bad."
yeah.
Yeah, it was during the game. Like it was
Yeah, it was
the
during
middle
the
of the
game.
game, and he's like, "Bab was super intense."
You
dude.
could
He
hear
was-
it in the stand. Like people could hear it in the stands.
Because
He
Bad
got-
had that foghorn, deep,
Yeah,
loud
and
voice.
he was like when it was time. He was a nice dude, but when
You guys
when
were
the
bad.
clock started, when it was Friday night, and the clock started. You didn't mess with him. And I guess he did something, and Coach Dixon was just on him, and like he's standing beside him, like giving him what for in his ear, and he just turns, gets in his face, and was like, "What? What do you want?"
I remember
He's
that.
like, "You just got to do better." And he just walks
Because
off.
he was
like,
so much taller than
Yeah.
Coach Dixon too.
Did either of y'all ever get a personal?
Yes.
Do you remember the Monday practice after you got a personal?
Yes.
I got 2 my senior year, and I never got any. And I remember, it was against Dixon.
You run a lot for personals.
Oh my gosh, you don't stop running. And I remember playing Dixon, and we're beating the crap out of them. And we're not beating the crap out of them yet, but it was like 28-0. And I run in a touchdown from like 20 out or something, and this kid hits me like right when I get on the goal line. He hit me, but I kind of was just like slowed down because I didn't think he was actually going to lay out and try to kill me. And he hits me and knocks me down, and I'm kind of getting up, and he stands over me and calls me something he shouldn't have, and calling me names and stuff. And I obviously say something back I'm not supposed to. And right when I open my mouth, the ref throws a penalty. So I'm walking back. And Lloyd used to get a lot of personals and like guys like that. So I'm walking back and I see Coach Dixon's hat off. And when the hat was off, he was irate.
Yeah.
He took the hat off and he's walking. He's doing his strut.
I would have ran.
I
would have ran
Who
away.
got personal? And he's like, because I was like kind of like, he was telling me like, hey, be the team leader. Like you're one of the older classmen, you're one of the leaders and stuff. So he walks up to me, he's like, who got the personal? And I'm like, oh, it was Lloyd or Sanford. Like I don't know.
You put it on someone else?
Yeah, I threw them under the bus because, you know, Sanford didn't give two craps about what anybody said to him, and Lloyd just didn't really either, you know. And, you know, Lloyd was conditioned to personal running on Monday.
He did quite a few of that.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, it was Lloyd or Sanford, you know, and Sanford's like, it was you. And I'm like, all right, it was me. Like, I feel bad for throwing him under the bus or whatnot. And I was really kind of doing it to be funny, to be honest with you. Like, I knew it was me. And I think that next Monday I ran for an hour after practice.
Yeah.
Coach Dixon literally waited on me. And then he said, run 5 more. And he got in his car and left. And he said, I'll be watching you. Like, don't you dare skip out on the rest. Like, you're gassers. I was running gassers. Like, it was a rough deal.
That's funny.
The best, like anyone that played at Sulphur for like the last like, how long you coach here? 50-something years.
Yeah.
50
years.
Yeah, but like in practice, he was on the line. You didn't line up off sides and you didn't jump off sides. And if you did, it was like he didn't even have to say it. Like in his later years, he didn't even have to tell you. You jump off sides
You go
to the bleachers.
Yep.
As he's just giving you what for.
He's following.
Muscles if that's 4th down, 43, and it's like stuff that you're like, Coach, it's practice, but it's also like that could cost you. He just was on the little things, but like as soon as you jump off sides,
you
you just go to the bleachers. Like he ain't got to tell you nothing. You just take off.
Yeah. Coach Dixon's one of a kind.
The best story I have from last year was because did y'all do on punt return? Did y'all do the wall?
The wall.
Yeah.
Oh,
To the
yeah.
sideline?
If you messed the wall up, that
Yeah.
was
Well,
breaking
last year
Jim
I was
Dixon's
a punt
commandments.
returner, so we did the wall. It was like red, so we walled up on the right, and Ben McGill was one of them. I think he was like the second guy, and I ran like probably it had to have been like 7 probably. I had to because I had to sprint it or he would get like they would get mad at me. So and Ben would like either go like
He was the leader of it.
yeah, but he would line up like first time it was like 2 feet right, and then the second time it was like 1 foot to the left.
Oh yeah.
And it got to like where he was like if he took 1 step wrong, and literally I was a punt returner, so I ran it back like 7 times. He was
Yes,
screaming at him.
we
That
had
was
him-
yeah,
we
that
would
was
do that with. We had Braden Stanford. It went to Braden.
I hated when they'd make you keep running.
Yeah,
Yes.
it went Braden. And it wasn't just bad for the punt return. Like the wall is like
Yeah.
it's 1 Mississippi, and then what is it? 2 Mississippi before you take off running.
One Mississippi.
It's 1 Mississippi, then you start going back.
yeah. Then
Yeah.
And so now the wall sets punt returners in the middle, and the line is like right here. And whichever way you say, what was it, red or white? Red was right and white was left. And so everybody goes, you have 2 linebackers to pick up your whatever guys and your gunners and stuff. And the line says 1 Mississippi, and then they go, and if it's red, they just wall up, and the punt returner runs. And it's like a wall like between them and the sideline. And Coach Dixon had it down to an art. And so
5 yards.
yes,
5
5
yards
yards apart.
Yeah,
you
5
didn't line
yards
up. If you lined up in front of the hash or behind the hash, you were getting yelled at. And we had Braid Stanford, which if you know him, you'll know. But Braid Stanford, Cole Gentry, Coy Myers, all them guys like that. They were running back, and they didn't give 2 craps of Coach Dixon. Like they just thought it was funny if they got ripped.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I probably ran back 12 times. legit 12 punts, and I was like, finally everybody gets tired. They're like, all right, we're gonna do it right this time.
Yeah.
Then you gotta go run gassers.
Did they still do the whole chopping feet? You better keep your feet going.
chop feet.
Yeah.
And like you never really get like that return down.
Oh no!
Like it
Not
never
even
goes,
in an actual game.
No, like it never goes as planned. Like it
in
was
an
always,
actual game, it's
just
always
kinda,
messy.
It's just kind
Yeah.
of catch it and go.
You just run.
Yeah,
There's
you
always-
just get as
and
much
I
as you
just
can.
look for something. You just look for something to go block.
Yeah, that's it.
I kind of want to hear the otter story.
Oh,
Oh my gosh, he told me this like not too long ago. He probably told y'all better.
yeah. So it actually happened like
Dom heard it. I heard it from them.
So it actually happened like the day before practice. He he always walked in the park and
Yeah.
stuff.
Walked everywhere.
And I don't remember. I think our end finished up, and I think
Well, he's pretty. Like he's very. What's it called? Like. He had a routine.
Yeah, he
so
had a
y'all
routine.
did the
He
same
was always on
drills
time.
all the
Like,
time, and
yeah. So like we finished, and some of the other drills were going a little bit longer than what he had. So we were all just sitting, taking a knee. The defensive ends. At the time, I think there was only like 4 of us. There's not very many defensive ends. No, there's at least like 6 probably. But anyways, we're all got our helmets off and we're sitting there, and he's like, "Well, boys, I was walking in the park the other day, and I saw these otters swimming around in the water," and he was like, "Huh, I don't know if those are real or not." So he grabs the rock and he grabs the rock and he skips it. And I guess he hits one, and he's like, "Ruined my whole day. I killed it."
no, he went. Remember,
Yeah, I'm
was
in there.
oh, sorry.
So that's right. He didn't say it. He started going. He's like, "Ruined my whole day." Because when he cried, it was like he didn't actually cry. It was just kind of like a grunt.
Fake almost.
He was like, "I killed that otter." It was so funny.
He told it to me because we lived in the same neighborhood as him, and I'd always play basketball
Yeah.
out on our goal. And he'd walk the neighborhood, and anytime me or Max were out there, he'd stop us, talk to us. If he wanted to talk to you for 5 minutes, you'd know, or if he didn't even want to talk to you, he'd just keep walking. He wouldn't even look at you if he didn't want to talk.
Yeah.
And my dad had said something to me about him killing an otter. He was like, "You need to ask him about the otter story." So he's walked by, and I'm like, "Hey, I got to ask you. Did you kill an otter in the park?" And he just goes, "Oh." He starts shaking his head. He's like, "I'll just sum it up. I'm walking down there. It's part of the park nobody really ever walks to. It's that real pretty part. It's like Buffalo Springs or something. I can't remember. I don't even know what it's called because I've only been there like twice.
Yeah, I
And there's just like a little pond out there, and it's like a dammed up pond kind of.
Yeah.
It's just got a spillway that takes the water, and it's real pretty and stuff. And he walked it, and I'm sure he walked it because he didn't want to be around nobody.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He said these otters were playing, or did he think they were fighting?
No, he told me they were playing. He told me they were circling around or
They were
something.
circling and swimming around, and like you don't see a lot of otters around here. And
I
if you
didn't
did,
even know
you're
I didn't
gonna
even
see
know if
them.
there was even otters.
Yeah.
That's another thing.
Yes.
I'm like, is there even otters in the park?
And it's like-
No, they were fighting, right? Because he was trying to break it up.
Yeah.
I thought he was trying. I'm pretty sure.
I thought they were fighting, but I might have heard.
I thought
Uh,
he told.
yeah, I don't
he might,
remember it.
Well, and it's also
If you're listening,
Yeah.
to this story,
Might have been told a
if
little
you're
different.
listening, if you're listening to this and you know what actually happened, then
You can
Let us know.
let us
Drop a
drop a
comment.
comment. But I'm
Drop
pretty
a
sure.
comment.
I'm pretty sure he thought they weren't real. I thought he was checking to see if they were real. I'm pretty
Wait,
sure that's
were
what
they-
he's told
were they
us.
not- Okay, so.
But anyways, he threw a rock at
Yeah.
one of them. It doesn't matter. He threw a rock at an otter.
And the way he tells it is like, like there's a certain spot on somebody's head, like they get hit hard enough.
temple.
He said, "Yeah." He said he
die
hit
at
him
the
in the temple.
Well, he said he throws this rock, and they might have been up. Like he might have thought they were fake, and he wanted them to like swim or something.
Well, that's what he told me. He said he wasn't trying to hit him. He said he
Yeah.
was just throwing it to
he
see
was
if they were
throwing it
real.
to like see if they were real or something. And he said that The rock just comes down, he throws it. The rock just comes down and hits this otter, and it's like kind of in the water, and the otter just lays over.
It just goes belly.
And then he's like, "Oh, I just knocked it out." So he stands there for like 30 minutes, and like it had drowned by then. Like, it was, and so he said, "Didn't he have to call the park and stuff?"
I don't even know. They didn't get that because
No.
it was the end of practice.
It choked
and
him up.
He
literally-
was trying to leave, but
Yeah.
he was tearing up. He said it like ruined his whole week or something like that. He was actually I had never
He
seen
was
him
trying
cry.
not to cry.
I've never seen him cry. That was the only time he cried about killing
well,
killing an otter.
Then one of the best is when we beat John Marshall.
And he danced.
And he did the
No, he
what
did
was
do-
it?
I have that.
We tried that year.
The
We tried to
twist?
get him to
He did the
dance.
twist,
And he's
didn't
like, "Boys, all I know how to do is the twist."
Yeah, that was our sophomore year, right?
Yeah, and he's like, "Y'all get a big win." We made the deal.
I have
beat
listened.
John
That
Marshall.
was yeah,
then
that was
I'll
on
beat-
his funeral. They put that on his
Oh,
funeral.
they did. I have the video.
Yeah, they played it at his funeral.
I think I'm the one that videoed it.
Probably
Because that was the year
there
that
was
I-
about 7,000 cameras in there.
Well, that was the year that I was in my sling. I had shoulder surgery.
That's right.
And so I just was chilling in the locker room.
That's right, yeah, 'cause
I
it was
remember
right
seeing it
after.
up high, and I was like videoing it.
It
But
probably was. It
they
was
might have
from
used
up-
somebody else's.
It was
video.
from up high. It was from up high.
Yeah, because
Like,
I
it
was
was like
standing
kind
on
of down,
like
and he's like,
in that locker room. The locker room
right
it
as
has
it's
like
going down.
in the locker room it has benches. So I was standing on one of the benches because there was a crowd of people. I was just like video.
Well, word had spread. Like,
There
hey,
was-
if
there was-
we win, Coach Dixon's doing the twist.
Oh, yeah.
there was
So I
dads
remember,
and
like,
stuff trying to get in there.
I'm looking,
Yeah.
I'm looking around. I'm like, who are you? Like, what are you doing in here?
Random
and then,
people.
And then Coach Dixon twist.
Yeah, I have it on my phone somewhere. I might be able to put it into the.
I could
put
be
it in the
wrong.
video.
I could be wrong, but like that's one of the only times that a team ever got Coach Dixon to dance.
Yeah.
Because I think that's why it was such a huge deal. It's
Because I
like,
remember
Well,
him.
nobody ever knew Coach Dixon would dance.
that's true.
Because I remember being a ball boy that year. Because I remember the thing I remember about that game is when y'all did fire on the field on the PAT and y'all scored. You threw it to Big Bummy, right?
Yeah, I threw it to Bummy.
You threw it to Bummy, and it was a huge, ended up being a huge thing because y'all won by 1, right? And Coach Dixon, I remember running the locker room because I remember I'd always stand by Crockett and all those guys, and they were like, "Hey, rumor is if we win,
Coach
Coach Dixon's
Dixon.
gonna dance," and how it is. You want to win a big game against a really good team, but at the same time, you got to have everything go your way,
Mhm.
everything, and everything did go y'all's way.
Yeah,
And I remember Coach Dixon be like, "Boys, that might be one of the best wins I've ever coached."
yeah. He
And
cried then.
Yeah.
He
Well,
definitely
they were like
cried
one of the
then.
top teams in the state.
Yeah,
that
They
year.
there was
they
no
won
way.
it, too.
They probably
They won
they
it,
won
too.
it that year, or did they win
No,
it?
we
No,
beat
they
beat
won
them
it.
out.
we beat them in the
Oh.
playoffs. Yeah, second
So
round playoffs.
The time we beat him was in the playoffs.
Oh.
We beat him
We
out.
lost in the. Did we lose in the third round to Lincoln
Lincoln Christian.
Because y'all had Lincoln Christian beat, and then that quarterback, they had the Boise State receiver and the Mizzou quarterback.
Well,
That was when they.
they wimped out.
I feel like the
they
refs cheated
they
us on
stinking
the end.
canceled. Well, we were supposed to play. We ended up playing them on a Monday because we were supposed to play Friday and it rained all week.
Yeah.
They were like, "Oh, it's a hazard," and all they did was throw it. They
Yeah.
slung the ball, so we were like, "Oh, we're playing Friday. It's a
Yeah, we can
downpour.
beat 'em."
It's going to be a good game." And then the OSSAA moved it to Monday, and they just threw
That's
it
the
to,
game that I feel
500.
like the refs cheated us at the end
Yeah,
when they didn't call a pass interference on Cam Jones.
Yeah.
Or when they hit Cam Jones before he caught the ball.
yeah. Well,
Because if he catches that ball, he
we-
probably scores.
we didn't get many calls our way when Coach Dixon.
was coaching. Yeah.
When Coach Dixon's in their ear the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because that would have helped us win the game if Cam catches. the ball.
my freshman year, I was the holder, and so
Oh,
it took a little bit. I had to earn his trust,
yeah.
that I could hold the ball, I could hold it down. It was a while before he let me. It was probably 4 or 5 games before he let me do it in the game, and I finally got to, and I did it for a couple games, and then we're playing Medill.
Oh my God.
And we hadn't been in the
That-
playoffs in a
I
couple
remember
years,
that.
or
Yeah.
maybe a year or something. And so
No, that was
like,
the
that's-
drought. Your
yeah.
freshman year was when we got out of the drought.
that's true.
Not making playoffs.
We
Yeah.
and not making the playoffs,
No.
that's not good.
Was there? Yeah, it was because we played Newcastle in the first round, right?
Yeah, they
And
smacked us,
They
but
beat us pretty bad.
we no, we played Seminole.
No, so it was actually
It was
the
at
year before
Seminole.
that broke the drought. Because the year before, is when
Rackley
they played.
ran over
played,
that kid, and that kid's neck
Yeah.
got broke.
That's right.
and
I
at
remember
Newcastle.
Yeah.
The second year was Seminole.
Yeah.
That's when they had Poppy
That was our
White.
freshman year. Yes.
Poppy White.
But
Oh, number 4.
yeah.
I remember.
But
that.
I'm a freshman, like, you know, Holden, and we're playing Medill, and we have to win to make the playoffs. Were you on the sidelines freshman year or no?
Yeah, sometimes. Which was this
This was at Medill,
Amadil?
and it's like Medill's beating us, and or no, we may be one. I think we're one touchdown ahead. I don't remember exactly. I think we're one score ahead. Cam Jones pick 6, and it's like towards the end of the game. Like it's like it was huge, or maybe that's what took the lead.
Where y'all were ahead by like what 5, and y'all needed 2 points to make it like a legit. They had to score and kick a PAT.
I don't remember what it was.
I remember I was at Ballboy.
Yeah, I just remember, like,
Sense was.
We score, pick 6, everyone's going nuts. I'm like, yeah. And I take off running, you know, and like I'm celebrating like I did something. I probably don't know what the score was because I wasn't paying attention. Just when our fans went crazy, I'm like, well, extra point
Let's go
time.
crazy.
So I come jogging down the sideline, and all I feel is someone like grab me from the back, and I turn around and it's Coach Dixon. He's like, he said, "Muscles, run fire," and I was like, "What?" And he said, "Are you confident you can score right here?" And I was like, sure. And he was like, "Good answer. Go get it done." And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, and fire is fake field goal.
Yeah.
And so,
Literally just
I'm running out
hold the
there.
blast or throw it up and
Dude,
somebody catches
yeah,
it.
I'm running out there, and I'm like, oh my, what am I? I'm about to like poop myself. Like, what? I thought I was just gonna hold the extra point. And he's like, he tells me, so I come in and they snap it, and I get it, and I'm like, stand up and take off running. I'm like, fire, fire! I'm yelling fire or whatever, and I run it. I tuck it and run it in, and like I got hit like right on the goal line, but like,
Kinda fell in.
we fell in. He kind of hit me from the side or whatever, so I still got in. But like, we went down, and you know, everyone goes nuts. Like all the old upperclassmen like run over and like pick me up and like, yeah, you know, we're going, because whatever it was, it like sealed the deal. Like we're going to the playoffs, and so I'm like, yeah, you know, come back, and Coach Dixon's like, "Muscles, how'd that feel?" I was like, it felt pretty good, Coach. I'm not gonna lie. And he said, "That's why you always have confidence in yourself." And I was like, "Yes, sir." Like, thanks for believing in me, Coach. And he hugged me. Only time he ever done that. Yeah, it was special
I
to give a
think
hug.
he gave us some hugs. Our
Or yeah,
senior
I would say I guess that's right.
gave
But
me
like,
when we lost to Biggs,
He
our
gave, me,
last.
he gave me a side hug when we lost Lincoln Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When we lost to Biggs, he gave me a hug, and I was like, nice.
he probably was like, "Thanks for playing, Dominique."
Yeah, Dominique. No, I only got called Dominique when I was in trouble. The
Well,
rest of the time it was muscles.
how long have we been going? We've been going for a while.
Probably for a while, yeah. This wasn't the plan to talk about Coach Dixon.
No, it wasn't. But there
We're
you
gonna
go.
talk about OU and OSU. And
Yeah.
NFL.
Well, I guess we'll have to come back and talk about
we
that.
can. I'm all for it.
But well,
Seahawks win.
Yep.
Good.
Cowboys are on by.
Geno Smith for MVP.
Still. Yep.
Geno Smith for MVP is about to get upset in fantasy
Uh-oh.
by Ocho Stinko.
Ocho Stinko.
oh, and you're undefeated.
Yeah, I know. About to go down.
Yeah.
Oh,
Christian
we,
McCaffrey. I mean, I still have Christian McCaffrey to play though. So
Ooh.
He's a bum.
He'll probably score you 100 points.
Yeah, he's like
50 points.
Yeah, he's a solid 30 every week.
He honestly should get
Oh my
MVP.
gosh.
Yeah. What?
Jalen Hurts has got negative 0.6 points.
Oh gosh.
Wait, who are they playing?
And so does Raheem Mostert. He's
Oh,
got
they're
negative
playing.
0.7.
They're playing. Miami.
Oh,
Oh my.
hopefully they
Dolphins.
keep that up. Both of them.
What's the score to y'all's game?
75 to 108. He's winning, but he's only got
He thought Jalen Hurts was going to give him a couple.
his kicker got him 0. His defense is awful. I mean, his defense is at 10 right
Do I
now.
not?
His
I,
defense
do I
is
not?
awful.
I have the Eagles defense, don't I?
Yeah.
They're not doing good. What's the
Well, they're
score of
just
the
at 10
What's
right
the
now.
score of the Eagles and the?
3-0 with 3 minutes.
They
left
just
in the first.
started, huh?
Yeah.
They started at 7:20, I think.
I mean,
D, how's your fantasy team doing?
I don't want to talk about it.
the
Mine's
return.
not-
Wait, didn't you win it last year?
Yes, I literally won the league last year, and then I stink. Well,
My
I
fantasy
I
is not
take
doing as good as I wanted
well,
them to do.
Daddy
A lot of
Snake
people-
is about to be 0-7.
a lot.
Drake, if you're listening, your team sucks because you're not paying attention.
Yeah, you just all you gotta do is pay a little bit of attention, Drake. Come on now.
He paid
But,
money and he's not even paying attention.
There's
Did y'all get all y'all's money?
a lot of
We'll
what'd
figure
you
it
say?
out.
You started Gardner.
Yeah.
He also fumbled 3 times today.
Who?
Gardner
Gardner
Minshew.
Minshew.
Oh, I haven't even looked.
Dude, he got 28 points and he lost 3 fumbles.
Do you really?
And he had 3
God.
carries for 29 yards and 2 TDs.
Jeez. No, look at my bench. I did not do a very good job when I drafted, and look at the bye week. Everyone's on bye.
Garrett Wilson, Alan Lazard, Michael Gallup, Jonathan Mingo, Derrick Henry, Bryce Young.
Yeah. But
Coach Garrett, if you're listening, Dawson needs help on his fantasy.
yeah, Coach Garrett, I need help bad.
Hey,
but
Coach Garrett helped me win my
A lot, like-
sophomore year in high school.
a lot
he
of
helped me win my
a
fantasy
lot of
league.
people can relate with me because, I mean, I feel like everyone that had the first pick of the draft went Justin Jefferson.
Yeah,
He's out now.
In my other league, I got Justin Jefferson.
Listen,
I'm straight up Cooper
I was
Kupp
I was
if I got first pick.
struggling in fantasy my sophomore year. I had like 3 of like my first 3 picks in the draft all get hurt, and like it's close to the. Oh no, it is. I actually barely make it into the playoffs of the fantasy draft, and I think it's my running back gets hurt, so I go up to Coach Garrett and I'm like, what do I need to do? Like my team is gonna get their butts kicked, and he helps me. I win that first round. He helps me again. I win again, and I make it into the finals. I'm going against Cole Johnson, and Coach Garrett finds these 3 dudes that like don't even start throughout the season, but knew that they were going to be starting that day, that Sunday. Throws them in, and I think each of them had like 30 points apiece, and I win the whole league.
Cole
and I was
dominated
like,
that league the whole year too.
huh?
Cole dominated that league the
Well,
whole
he
year.
cheated. Did you not know that?
Did
Oh,
he
yeah,
get
he
somebody
was-
to trade him all of his players?
He tried to cheat me, and I added up all the points.
Yeah,
He would.
he was the
because
manager
on Yahoo
or whatever
Fantasy.
of the league.
I don't know if I don't play Yahoo Fantasy anymore, but used to, your players would say like a certain amount for each of them, but you can change your total score. But the only way that somebody would be paying attention is if they just went and added up every one of their players and been like, this doesn't add up. Well, I remember looking at it, and somehow he had went up like 60 points, and I was like, what the crap? So I added up every one of them and didn't even add up to his total. He had like 100 more points than what it should have been. So I texted in the group that we were all in, and I was like, y'all go add up Cole's points. And sure enough, shortly after the points change, and so I win. But he if I don't notice, he wins that year.
Yeah. So did you give?
So he could have been cheating the whole entire
Did we
year.
put money on that league? Did you
Yeah,
win
I
money?
won. I got first, so I got like we did like $10, I think.
Yeah.
So I think
Did
I got
you,
like $75.
Did you give any money to Coach Garrett?
No,
Well, what the crap?
I know.
He saved you.
I
He
know.
resurrected your team.
He didn't know I was winning any money.
Did you have to do a dare? Or
No,
was it-
that year was kind of like Cole just kind of throwing something together.
Yeah, it was like I'm pretty sure we drafted the day before the season started.
Yeah.
Or
It wasn't
dare.
one that I always did it with like the church and
Yeah.
stuff. I had never done one with like Cole and them. That was the first time.
Our dare in my other league, like with all my friends, we have to wear yoga pants to school. The loser. I think maybe the bottom 2, maybe.
I think whoever gets last in our league should shave their head bald.
I agree, but I feel like you got to make that before the season.
Yeah.
No, we're starting it right now.
Or you
Okay,
could,
well,
or
if,
you could-
if they're all
Everybody
in it,
that's
I'll do it.
everybody
listening,
could pitch in
you got-
about $20
well-
front row WNBA ticket
Bruce.
And have to.
and have and take away their phone. And
If Bruce
everything,
gets
make 'em
last,
sit.
then it doesn't really matter.
Did you just hear that?
What'd he say? What'd you say?
So make a buy one of those $15 to $20 front row tickets for a WNBA game, and then take their phone, make them sit by themselves and watch the full game.
They have to cheer. They have to like,
Yeah, you have
they're
to
the
cheer
biggest
for it.
fan
You have to
ever.
paint their face up, on their chest,
Look like the biggest fan.
or make them get kicked out.
Like, there's a YouTuber. He fell asleep on the front row.
Was it Gideon?
Gideon, yeah.
Gideon?
At a WNBA.
Yeah.
He like bought like 4 seats, right?
Yeah.
And he just got a pillow and a blanket and laid down.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Oh, so
he
it was
was-
playing?
Yeah.
This dude's like a really famous YouTuber.
Yeah, he's
like, he has enough money.
He
Like,
does
he
all
gets
that.
arrested all the time and just bails himself out. Like,
Listen,
What?
you're right now. You're in third today. Your team's doing good.
I'm in 3rd in the league, right?
Yep, you're third in the league.
Who's 2nd?
Skit.
Skid.
Oh.
I beat Skid.
Oh,
I beat
Stotts.
Skid.
He has a
that's
better.
Stotts.
He has more points than you total points.
Me?
Oh, that's bull.
Stotts does. No,
Remember
you have
last
the
year when I started
most.
out 6-0 and then I ended up like 6-8 or
Yeah.
something like that.
But
Well, I barely.
Geno Smith for MVP. He's got the least amount of points scored against him.
I was on the. I was on last year. I was like,
He was at the
I had
bottom.
to win the last game to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And you
I
beat
remember-
your dad,
And
didn't you?
yeah, and my dad's beat me by like 15, and all I got left is my defense. Or they might have been, he might have been up like 20. My defense was all I had left. I was like, hey, it's over. They scored like 35 points, and I won, made it into the playoffs, and then won the league.
Well, I mean, you played. Who did I beat that one week when my players played terrible and the Cowboys defense put up 45? And I won by like, and it was TJ. TJ was beating me by like dang near 50, and then the Cowboys put up 45, and then Jalen Hurts only had to score 5 to win or something like that.
My team didn't do that good this week. I had one guy do good, and it was Jahmyr Gibbs.
He did good in my other league. I've started him all year, and he just let me down.
Well,
John Taylor
they don't play him.
Well, I know. They should.
But, anyways.
Mad Dog has Heritage Hall.
They're good. They
Well, obviously.
they got a they got a D1 quarterback.
Y'all know
Coach
that.
Dixon
OU.
Yeah.
is the best money can buy.
Yeah. They're
Obviously,
I
mean,
think-
they're figured they're. I'm sure they're good.
their defense. I mean, their defense is obviously really really good, but
Their
it's-
defense is.
Yeah, but it's not as good as they have been. Paul's Valley drove it on them. Plainview scored 20. I mean, I think one of those touchdowns was like second team, but I think if we run it right at them, Clinton almost beat them earlier in the year, and they
Really?
run high for them. And
Clinton also.
Yeah, they're probably softies, so.
Yeah.
I think we could beat them. We just gotta our defense plays like we can, like we have been.
You're gonna have to limit any mistakes. Like, you're gonna have to go like no mistakes. type
Yeah.
Stuff.
Dude, when y'all beat Heritage Hall,
Yeah.
Coach Dixon will come back.
Yeah.
He'll like his like spirit will come back and like, I told y'all, stick in private school. He'll come and give you a 100-yard dash. I guarantee it with a shirt off, dude. With a shirtless running around the field. He would love that.
He hated private schools more than
Oh.
anything.
Yeah.
He hated private schools more than he hated losing.
Yeah.
He hated private schools and he hated technology.
Yeah.
And
Modern
politicians.
modern technology.
Yeah.
Anytime the film would freeze up
It'd be
or
buffering.
or it'd be buffering, he'd be like, boys, modern technology.
Well, you know, we
Right?
used to
Hey,
have.
listen up. I'm telling you right now. It's going to ruin the world.
Well, y'all remember he had that dial. You know, remember the film dials?
Yeah.
That would, like, you could connect them to the TV or the VHS that they do.
Yeah.
And Dad said when they used to watch film, he'd skip it back and you'd go like real slow-mo. He said he'd slow-mo and then be like, just look at somebody and just shake his head and like Coach Duck.
Oh,
my God.
I couldn't imagine.
I never got my feelings. Like, I would get my feelings hurt by coaches sometimes, but like Coach Duck probably would have had me crying.
Yes. I mean, he made you tough.
Hey, Coach Duck might be listening too.
Well, we probably need more like that in this world today.
Coach Duck needs
Yeah.
to run for president.
All right, well. Thank you for listening to this episode. If you have questions, ask them in the comments and I will answer them on the next episode. If you are wanting to reach me for a speaking engagement, you can reach out through either the God's Got This Facebook page or my email that is in the podcast description. Thanks again, and remember that no matter what you are going through in life, you can always find peace in the fact that God's got this.